guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Eileen from Makeup Eileen. If you're already subscribed to this channel, welcome back guys. So for today's video, as you all know, I love Febble makeup, their eyeshadow. So I found some new goodies from Fable, well not new but new to me, and I found they have a loose powder which is really cute. I mean, just the container itself is adorable. So I picked two of these up because I thought they were super cute, and I go through a lot of face powder. I mean, how cute is that for holidays? It's just like a little gift box all wrapped up. And then I found they have a Febble face powder bronzer called Sunday, and it looks like this. It's giving me a Juvia's Place vibe. So we have that guy over there. They also have a Febrile Mascara, which looks like this. The wand looks really cool. It's a nice big wand, but with lots of fine silicone bristles. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. And then they have the Febble lasts up to 24 hours matte foundation, soft fluid long wear foundation. That looks like this. It gives me a bit of the, I think it's Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez vibes, but it's a very cute packaging. And then I also found on my excursion a sponge I've already dampened and everything. I hope you guys can see it. It looks like this. It looks like the Juno & Co sponge. It's like, but it was very cheap, so it's like a, I would say a dupe for it. It's like fluffy, so it'd be interesting to see how that works. So let's jump. Oh wait, before we jump right into the video, I took out my first ever Febble eyeshadow palette that I haven't used on camera yet, which is absolutely stunning because I didn't pick up. They had little, I think it was quads of eyeshadows, and I didn't pick that up. I thought, let's just play with one of these. So let's jump right into this video of testing out some Febble makeup. Okay, as always, I'm going to prime my face with my favorite primers so that I know if this foundation really works or if it's a miss. And I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Hydro Primer. So I do like double priming, and I'm just going to put some of that on the palm of my hand and then just pat it in to the skin and up the neck, almost like putting a serum on, just like that. And then get my jade roller, and I'm just going to roll it into the skin. I love doing this with my primer. I feel like it just helps the primer sink in better. Deep puffing with that quickly. Okay, now I'm going to take the Wet n Wild matte primer. I'm just going to get a little bit of this out on my fingertips, and I'm just going to put it in my tea. So just to help any oils from coming through the skin or the foundation. They didn't have a blush or a highlighter or concealer, unless I just wasn't looking long enough, but that's okay. So we're going to now grab, and it is a hard plastic bottle, so it's not a glass container. and I got the shade, it just says 707, so it comes with a doe flow applicator. So I'm just going to put some on the skin all over. It doesn't smell like anything, so that's a good sign. It doesn't smell chemically or gross. Also didn't find any brow products, so, but I will have a look again. I think that should be enough. How many mils is in this bottle? You get only 25 mils, but it's not an expensive foundation. I'm just going to use the mini flat kabuki brush just to blend it in, and then I'm just going to press it in with the tube of the red, well, it looks like a tube of the Juno & Co sponge. It looks like it's a very nice medium to full coverage foundation. I think the shade's a little bit dark for me, but it's fine. I'll make it work with the concealer. But it does feel very nice blending on the skin. It doesn't feel hard to blend out, or actually it's not that bad of a color now that I'm blending out. As long as it doesn't oxidize, I think I'll be safe. I think if you put a little bit more on, or if you layer it a bit more, you could get a very full coverage foundation. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's like quite full coverage. I'm not going to do another layer because this is a very full medium coverage, and you guys know I don't like super full coverage, not just for an everyday look. So I'm going to take the back of the sponge is flat, it's almost like the Real Technique sponge, and then you have a nice pointy thing. It's very soft and it puffs up quite a bit. I'm just going to stamp along my face to make sure that there's no streaks from the foundation brush. Not that I normally get that anyway, but it also helps just pick up any excess to lighten the coverage a bit more. The sponge feels so nice, and I think they were 20 rand or 25 rand, so I'm just going to get some more of these. This is awesome. I think it would work, woo, throwing it away, just as well as this guy for powder, to press the powder in, just because it's so velvety and like microfibery. Okay, they didn't have a concealer, so I'm just going to conceal with my Catrice True Skin concealer. Nothing too crazy, and as I'm looking at it, this foundation actually blends in pretty well. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be because it didn't oxidize, so that's a good thing. What I've noticed about the sponge doing my concealer is it's not taking a lot of product away. I mean, you can definitely see there's product there, but it's not absorbing like a normal beauty sponge would. So less is more with this. And I mean, this foundation is pretty cheap. It's under 100 rand. I'm not sure exactly how much it is. So it's not a bad price for 25 mils. I would have preferred to have a little bit more in the container, but that's just me. I'll call it a mini foundation, even though it looks full size. That blended the concealer beautifully. And for Lucy, I think this would work really well for cream concealer as well. I mean cream contour, not the concealer. Okay, I'm going to go into the Fable loose powder. This is translucent. Open this up. It opens like that. The little thing comes off. It looks very bougie. It's got a little ploofy ploof in it. It's actually a very soft one. If I decide I feel really crappy, I'm just going to pull the tag off. The sticker's really on there. Just comes like that. So I'm just going to shake some out into the lid, as I always do. Just like that. And I think I'm going to use the sponge to set my foundation. Oh, that grabbed a lot at once. I'm not going to go on the eyes because I am going to prime the eyes with my Wet n Wild primer, so I'm staying away from the eye area. But that distributes your powder beautifully. It's a more dense version of the Essence blender, but it works just as well, if not basically the same. And this powder has no smell too, which is really cool. Oh, I'm grabbing way too much powder. It's very nice to know that a little powder goes a long way. Some powders you really have to pack the powder on to get your face set, but this, and it's not doing any weird creasing under the eye. It's kind of giving it a blurred effect to the face, which I'm loving. That looks really good, and I have quite a bit left over. I'm just going to pop that in there and close this up. That, I'm glad I picked up two. Let's actually go have a look for some more. I'm just going to take my big fluffy brush and dust off any excess powder that hasn't been pressed into the skin off. Just like that. Now, to give it a fair chance, the bronzer, I'm going to use a clean, my Real Techniques brush, my blending brush, contour brush, whatever you want to call it, and I made sure it's super clean so we don't have any residue of any other products on it. It doesn't have a smell either, which is really cool. It's got two little palm trees and flamingos on it, so that's quite cute. It's very fluffy in the pan, which means it's pigmented. I was worried it would be a bit warm. I did pick up the lighter shade. They do have deeper shades, but not the lighter shade. I like the medium shade, but that's not warm at all. You could use that for contouring and bronzing. I like the fact there's a nice big pan. And it's blending very effortlessly too. This looks very gorgeous. Must really go look if they have highlighters or concealers. I was in such a rush that I didn't have lots of time to have a look. I'll have to go back soon. Maybe I'll go today. Go have a look if they have any more Febble. Maybe pick up some of these smaller eyeshadow palettes. I think would be really cool. Test out the small guys. Looks like you could bold this very nicely. It is a warm tone to it, but it is a bronzer. It's not a like plain contour. It's a bronzer, but definitely contour with it like I'm doing now. What I like about a bronzer that you can use as a contour is you're killing two birds with one stone. So you don't have to like contour and then bronze. But it's matte, which is amazing, because we all know I'm oily, don't like things that are going to make me look over shimmery. This literally makes my favorite contour palette is the BYS palette obsolete. Not really, but you know what I mean. Like I would reach for this. Because the shade in here, I don't have to mix the medium and the light or the medium and the dark together. It would like just work perfectly. And you could also pick up the foundation as a cream contour. I'm sure you could use it as a concealer if you got a lighter shade. I think I'm going to do that, so I'll do an updated review on what else I've found from the Febble. Okay, before I contour my nose, I'm going to grab, where is it? Over here. Thank goodness. I remembered to put it here this time. I'm going to grab my Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. Not that this Fable eyeshadow is needed, but I just like to be fair. I'm going to grab this guy here and I'm just going to place it on the eye. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the cleanest out of the sponge and just blend it into the eye area. Just like that. Oh, that blends my eyeshadow primer so quickly compared to the brush. Wow. And then I'm just going to set what we have left on the sponge. Okay. Take my little contour brush and nose contour brush, and I'm just going to lightly contour the nose area. And these things are pigmented. The bronzer is super pigmented, so just be careful. I should have actually picked up a lighter shade for the nose, but if you're gentle, you can get away with it. I didn't see any brow products or blushes or highlighters or anything like that. So definitely think, seeing that these face products feel so awesome, I'm going to go back and have a look if I can find some more. I'm just going to take a little sponge and I'm just going to blend that contour in, and I'm just going to stipple it all over the face. Just make sure everything's nice and blended evenly and seamlessly. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to do my blush. I'm just going to use my Essence Matte Blush in Peach, and then I'm going to use my Essence Brow Liner, and then I'm going to be right back to playing with this eyeshadow palette that I know works, but I haven't played with it on camera yet. I'll see you guys right now. Okay guys, so I've done my brows, I've done some blush. I haven't put any highlighter on today because I don't want to compromise the longevity of the foundation to make me look oily. I've just popped some Juicy Essence lip balm on my lips. And now let's play with this Febble Rhythm Perfect Makeup Palette. It's the 24 eyeshadow palette, 24 pan eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. It is absolutely stunning. As you can tell, I've already used it. I think I'm just going to go with some neutral, yeah, I think I'm going to go in with this guy here in the middle and this guy over here. Or actually, let's do, no, yeah, I'm wearing grey. Let's do this guy and then this guy over here in the inner corner, and the nice neutral brown shade, and then we can try the Fable Mascara. I hope it works because I'm really fussy with my mascaras. Like, that's the one thing that I'm super fussy with makeup. So I'm going to go into the lightest shade, the lightest brown shade as a transition, and I'm just going to buff that on the eye. This isn't a first impressions. I have used this palette many times. Like I said, it was my first Fable eyeshadow palette. Just like that, nothing too crazy. This side. Okay, just like that. I'm going to take a fluffier crease brush. Let's go over here, my favorite one at the moment, and I'm going to go in with the deeper, almost like a chocolate with like a reddish chocolate color, and I'm going to work that in the crease area. And then building it slightly darker in the outer crease. Just like that. And then I'm going to go into the other eye. brush, and I'm going to go quite heavy in, and I'm just going to pat that on the outer edge of the eye, on the lid. For some depth, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And just flick it to blend it all in. Just like that. And that big fluffy brush again, and just go over it to make sure everything is nice and blended. Just like that there. I'm going to go in with my big flat brush like this, and I'm going to go in. Let's go in with this copper shade. Let's go in with this color right here. I'm going to put that in the middle. Just show you guys how pigmented these shades are. Their metallics are like, and they all have like a slight duochrome shift to them. This is the one we're going to use in the inner part of the eye. That. This pink over here is gorgeous. That one here, it's like a peachy pink. Let's check the colors. They have a nice green, metallic green that shifts like to a gold color. Then we have a very yellow gold. Let's put this on my knuckles. Excuse the bumps, but that's on the knuckles. What else is shimmery here? They have very nice, like Barbie pink tone, I'd like to say. Let's go over here. They have more of a duochrome purple. Let's go right here. I hope you guys can tell. And then they have a very vibrant purple, which I'll put here, which does like shift as well. So that's their metallics, and they are like so pigmented. Okay, let's grab that color. Where is my setting spray? Just going to spritz the brush as always. I'm just going to hit the middle of the eye. This is a nice coppery shimmer. These are so pigmented, you don't really need to use a damp brush, but I always use a damp brush. To this side. Now we're going to take a smaller brush, a smaller denser brush, and we're going to go to this shade here and put it on the inside portion. And put my brush. And then obviously blend the two together. Just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. these shimmers will do really well on like a dark brown or black, like on a topper eyeshadow, as like to use it as an eyeshadow topper as well. So you could use them alone or as a topper. And like how effortless is that look. Okay, and I'm going with a more precise brush, and I think I'm going to grab some of that gold color, and I'm going to hit the inner corner with the gold. Just like that, and then blend it into the very inner corner of the eye. And slightly under the eye. Do the same thing on the other side. That. Now we're going to smudge the lower lash line, and I'm going to grab that transition shade that I use, and I'm just going to smudge out the lower lash line. Nothing too crazy. Just like that. I'm not going to go too dark under the lashes. Okay, now let's try this mascara out. I will warn you, when you first open it, you do get like a blob of mascara come out with it. So I just take my wand and I just rub the excess off, so we don't end up with a mess. The only thing that concerns me is that it's very square, doesn't taper to the, like taper in. But let's give it a whirl and see. Before I do that, actually let me just curl my lashes quickly with my Essence Lash Curler. I actually love this. It's a lot less intimidating as your metal ones. This guy out. I hope you guys are going to be able to see. It's very hard to do. Okay, first off, it's a very hard to work with. It's not a bad mascara. It feels nice. It's lengthening the lashes nicely. It's just, it kind of, I don't know if you guys can see, it does that like, it doesn't have bumps all the way around. It's like on certain sections. So you want to make sure you've got the section before you start. And it's a big chunky wand. See if I can give it another coat. Okay, let me set my face and we'll get back to my final thoughts, first impressions. I will do a little wear test on this foundation and see how it is. I am going out. It's Sunny's birthday party and I want to go have a look at some more makeup. So it will be on and mask on and at this. It will be interesting to see how it wears throughout the day, and I'll check back in with you later. But let me just set this face and then get to my first impression thoughts on this makeup. Okay guys, so first impressions. Foundation, awesome. Should there be more in a foundation tube? I feel like 25 mils is not like my favorite amount. I'm not mad at the doe fleur applicator. I do prefer a pump bottle, but it's really nice. It is mattifying, so I'm not mad at it. I'm really curious to see how long it's going to last throughout the day, especially wearing a mask in that day. I'm going to go have a look at the shade range and see if I could maybe get a shade for concealer if they don't have concealer, and a shade for maybe cream and contour if I feel like doing that. Powder. Not only is it cute, it's super mattifying. Well, not super mattifying, but it does mattify the skin. It does make the skin appear less lumpy, blumpy, kind of hides your pores a little bit more than the other powder. It reminds me of the Febble Rhythmi Matte and Poreless powder, but it feels more lightweight and it doesn't settle as much. So not only is this cute, it is really awesome. So I'm going to go get some more of these, maybe use them as gifts for people I know. The Sunday bronzer slash contour. I think this says I've got number 1. But I'll go have a look. I'm going to go pick up some more of these because this is really awesome and I can see me reaching for it all the time. The mascara, it's not bad. I'm not mad at it. It's an everyday mascara. To me, the applicator could have been a little bit more smaller and tapered. And even if it was chunky like it is, if the bristles were all the way around and they weren't just like in little sections, I think it would work better. But overall, I'm not mad at it. It's not a mascara where we're like, oh, I need to use this and like put it right in the front. But it's not bad. So if you're looking for a cheap mascara that's going to get your lashes on, have mascara on, they don't do extreme lengthening or anything, but this is just a mascara. It doesn't claim to be volumizing or lengthening or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see if they have any other mascara in their range. This palette, love it like I loved it the day I got it. This dupe sponge from Juno & Co. I'm going to go pick up some more of these. I don't particularly apply my foundation with a sponge, but I would use this because it's like a sponge brush hybrid. It is a nice extra dupe for this guy. Obviously this is way more flexible than, and I just threw it on the floor than this, but it is a very soft but dense, and this feels awesome. It doesn't suck up your foundation, it doesn't suck up your concealer, so I think this is a complete win for that. So that's that for this, you guys. I'm going to see you in a little bit to see how the foundation and the bronzer and that there is holding up, and I'll see you guys just now. Okay guys, so it's been about 12, well it has been 12 hours plus some more, so we'll just call it 12 hours because it's been just over 12 hours that I've had this makeup on for. The contour is still perfect, the blush has faded a bit, but I mean we're not testing out the blush. The foundation has not moved, it has not creased or settled in any lines. It still feels lightweight and flawless. This sponge over here, that's the dupe for the Juno Co sponge, is to die for. It is an absolute win for me. The Febble foundation is flippin' awesome, lightweight, long wearing, and definitely matte. As you can see, I'm not shiny at all, and I've had it on for over 12 hours. The setting powder, not only is it excuse me, super cute and really adorable for like Christmas, or just if you just like a cute little sparkly compactum like this here, is to die for. It set it literally looked like it blurred my skin when I put the powder on. It could be because I used these two together. If you used your Essence buffer, it would work the same. I'm sure it would look just as awesome with a brush as well. But this powder is to die for. It is flipping awesome. The bronzer / contour is an absolute must for me, as well as the foundation. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of the Febble Rhythmi foundation, but it is more long wearing. It lasts, it stays matte for longer. So that's really cool. And the setting powder is like my new holy grail. I will be reaching for this powder all the time. So I'm glad I actually picked up two. So I'm really glad about that, and I'll probably be picking up some more. Obviously, as you guys know, I'm a Fable eyeshadow person fan. I absolutely love their eyeshadows. So this palette's to die for. I got no fallout of the glitter or anything like that there. My makeup is exactly where I put it this morning. Okay, the mascara from Fable. I'm not sure if there's any other makes or if it's just this guy. Yeah, it looks really cute. It is a nice mascara. It is a nice natural lightweight mascara. It doesn't really give you much volume or lifting or lengthening or anything like that there. I don't like the applicator brush. Other than that, it's not bad, especially if you're going to wear some false lashes. It's not a bad mascara at all. It's just, I can't get over the applicator brush. Like, it is just the weirdest shape brush. I do, however, like how fun the bristles are, and it's those silicone bristles. It's really nice, like the Smudge Extreme Volume one. It is really nice. I just don't like this one. If this had a different one on, it would be a win. So that's that for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching this channel and you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to share with your friends. Thanks you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.